Hey, thanks for dropping in with me. We're here for an all signs wild card read next 72 hours. When we're doing these next 72-hour drop-ins, they're just themes that are introducing themselves over the next 72 hours, but they certainly can play out over time. Time is just a bleak construct and is always subject to personal interpretation. Let's just put it that way. We are going to dive into Taurus first, since it is their solar return. Happy birthday, Taurus. I'll have a solar return read coming in for you, Taurus Sun natives, next week. But let's just open this up, okay? This is just a snapshot, a little snapshot, just a bite of a wild card read here. All right, so I'm going to try to keep them around 5 minutes. We know how this goes with me, so I'll do my best. Okay, 1:07 on the clock. Do I have something I can write down these times for the time stamps? Oh, well, that pen's not working. Okay, let's see. Do we got any others available here? 1:26. 1:26 on the clock for you, Taurus. Okay, so Taurus, right off the bat, maybe there's something that you're needing to sign off on here. It could be something that is contractual in nature, some kind of deal you're making here. Could be in closing something out too, with the King of Cups in reverse. Somebody that you feel you have to have careful negotiations with, perhaps because they're a little bit of a manipulative character you're dealing with here. Could be somebody with a strong water sign placement, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I do feel like you have to be careful about what you're signing off on here. There could be some kind of agreement you're making here. The delay works in your favor. Maybe you're feeling some frustration around this, something that needs to be signed off on. I keep getting this. There's some kind of delay. If the delay comes up, it's in your favor, okay? Try not to stress about it. Let's see what's coming in here. I do think it can be helpful for you to bide your time here, whatever this is, and with whoever is approaching you here. It looks like to negotiate something, like make some kind of deal, perhaps sign off on something, could be contractually, legally, okay? It's in your best interest to hesitate a little bit here, okay? Because there's something you need to be aware of. There is some manipulation involved in this matter. And somebody could be sort of playing on your emotions as well to sort of sway things in their favor. You know, they might be a little bit at a disadvantage and feel like they got to work you a little bit or butter you up to get what they want out of this. Okay, this is coming out as crossing energy. Oh, I mean, this is something that is really affecting you personally, Taurus here. Okay, there's some kind of separation happening here for some of you. This is like going down either a couple different ways we can look at this, but I feel for the majority of you, this is the dissolving of some kind of relationship. Could be a marriage or some kind of relationship where you have a lot of shared assets, and you may be taking some space in this connection. You may have noticed a side of somebody that you weren't aware of before, but it's become quite evident. You can't ignore that any longer. You may be trying to figure out, is this right for me? Do I really want to still be in this situation? So it looks like you're getting a little breathing room, a little space here. There might have had to have been a time out in like a divorce proceeding, or where you're dividing up assets for people to kind of like cool off here and really think about the best way to move forward in like divvying up assets, how to handle something in a way where maybe there's not so much of a sting to what's going down here. It's like it's rough enough as it is, but this feels like it's been a really painful process. This could be something that's going down in the business arena as well, but I feel like if it's something that's going down in the business arena where, there's sort of like a business partnership dissolving, likely this is a case where it's like two friends came together, or it's like a family business, or you started something, with your lover, and business and pleasure kind of got intertangled here. And there's like that piece there where the emotions are involved, and somebody in this scenario is more susceptible to being worked on this level. I mean, and I feel like I have to call it out with the Hierophant here. That is your significator in the major arcana. So I think you would be the one that's more prone to sort of be able to be worked in this way, manipulated in this way emotionally. So you do need to be aware of this. Bottom of the deck energy. We got a Queen of Cups here. Tight lid on the emotions. So yeah, you certainly could be dealing with a water sign here. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Somebody who's really not revealing what they're feeling here, holding a lot inside, might be trying to come off a little bit more all business here, business as usual, or really cut off or disconnected from their emotions as a way to maybe gain a little bit of an advantage in this situation. Maybe that is a form of manipulation in this case, like withholding emotion, shutting down communication, might be guarding their feelings as well, like not wanting to open up. Maybe you suspect as well that, there's some sort of manipulation at play. And so you're kind of approaching it in a very stoic manner, superficially. But I see there's a lot of heartache here. I feel like whatever this is, like there's a lot of emotions involved in this situation, a lot of rough edges that you're bumping up against here. It does feel like it's the dissolving of a contract and what needs to be sorted up in relation to that. Okay. And certainly that can be a soul contract, but for many of you, this is something that has like some kind of legal component connected, whether it's divvying up assets that are the result of an inheritance, or are the result of divvying up, what's been acquired through a shared business proposition, or if it's the dissolving of a serious committed relationship where you were living together or married, and what that looks like. This might be the initial just sort of beginnings of that process as well. Maybe there's been a separation here, but now it's like really getting into the legalities of it. And so it's maybe picking at some wounds. I could see that too. Let me do a cut the deck here. See what we got. 8:22 on the clock with this, okay? So I do feel like there will be a way to work through things if you've both been feeling like activated, if you've both been feeling a bit like the other's trying to, trigger them and get them riled up. I do feel like you'll get on the same page as far as a more stabilized way to move forward in these negotiations. I got the Queen of Swords here. Okay, so there definitely is communication coming forward in this regard. And with the Queen of Swords, we have the energy of Libra very strong, also Gemini, Aquarius, and Virgo too. So any of these characters could be factoring in to this situation. Somebody has a truth here, and they're not going to sort of like just ignore what they've already seen in this situation. It could be they've seen some kind of manipulation. And so that's why this sort of like desire to come in and sort of work somebody in that way won't be effective, right? Somebody may be starting to realize that, and they're recognizing they have to have a different approach. Yeah, we got the 8 of Swords here. Okay, so this is somebody feeling really caught up in their head, not knowing how to move forward with something, because it's sort of like they know in entering into these negotiations, they're going to butt up against an intractable truth. It's like there needs to be kind of crossing this bridge to get to the other side of grief. And so somebody feels like they have no idea how to move forward in this regard. There's a way, and there's a way to get somebody to open up to. It is going to take strength. This is a problem deeply rooted in the past. There could be a Leo involved in this situation. But I do feel like what's really operating here is a whole lot of hurt and a lot of pride. Okay. And so there's a need to sort of like get to the other side of that. I do feel like, you know, there's something about using more honey, you know, more honey than vinegar in a situation. Don't come forward all piss and vinegar. I feel like that's not going to work out. So this might be recommending a little bit of a cooling off period here. Okay. Because you'll achieve a lot more with sweetness, allowing a sense of gentleness to come in, because what I'm seeing here is there's hurt, there's confusion on all sides. So this is something that must be factored into this equation. And yeah, that's what I got for you. Okay, so it looks like this is something that's in process. It's something that's opening up. I'm going to go ahead and get any further clarification. Coming in here with a little cartomancy just to top off the message. Let's see what we got here. Any other details that want to come in around this? I also feel like somebody knows they have to come forward with the truth. And that's why they're up in their heads, because they kind of feel like it's almost like there's a sense of guilt there about this. Okay. And somebody feels like, oh man, if I have to come up and out with the truth, I'm really going to be caught up in this situation, right? That's what I got. That's kind of how it's coming through here. So there's a biding of time. Somebody might be trying to figure out, is there a way I can get around the truth? I don't think that's going to work in this situation. There's definitely like money assets on the line, but I do feel like where there's been dispute about this, ultimately you will get to a place where you'll be able to sort it out. All right. But it is going to require the truth. Also, there could be something that's getting dismantled here in relation to business situations where something was operating illegally. Okay. And that might be why this business arrangement is dissolving. Something might be coming to light, like somebody taking a little bit off the top, taking more than their share, okay? And doing something illegally. Somebody here is armed with the truth, though, and they already know that. Coming in with a Hierophant, too. I mean, this could be like, there could be like some entity that already knows the truth. It certainly could be like an organization that already knows the truth, or somebody in a position of authority that already knows the truth in this situation. I do feel like there will be good news around these matters, though, concerning these finances. Anything else here? I guess that was it. Kind of the deck on this. There's blockage coming in around this. Somebody, again, we got a Queen of Hearts, okay? So I do feel like there's some kind of emotional connection here in this situation. This is something where the feelings are definitely involved. This could be somebody you were romantically involved with. Any of the scenarios I brought up, it could be a family member. I got a mother energy coming in around that. Could be a baby's mother that you have a connection to, okay? And so there's definitely emotions involved here. It certainly could be a water sign that's up in their head or feels caught up, doesn't know how to come forward with this truth, right? Could be a family matter for sure. I do see that something's coming to an end here, though, with the 10 of Spades. Ultimately, I think that it works out for the best. But there is something to push through here, and this is what's coming in. 1444, again, Temperance energy coming in with strength there. This could involve Leo, Sagittarius. I I do feel like there is a way to get to the other side of this. Could be dealing with a Cancer, Leo, cusper for that to come in, all right? There is a way to get to the other side of this, but it does require some sensitivity. I do feel like ultimately it'll be rectified in the right way. But do look for this to be coming in, all right? We're going to move on to Gemini. At 15:22 on the clock, let me write that down. 15:22. All right, Gemini, let's see what's coming in for you next 72 hours here. What is coming in for Gemini? Next 72 hours. What does Gemini need to be aware of, Spirit? For these next 72 hours, what is coming in for Gemini? 72 hours. I'm going to do my cuts here just to really mix it up. Get out that old energy. All right. Truth. Front and center coming out. Some truth that you're armed with here, Gemini. Potentially, you could have a connection to a Taurus. We did have that Queen of Swords energy come out in their read. So if you know that you got a connection to a Taurus, I suggest you drop in with their read. If you haven't, if you're coming to this after the airing and you're just going to your timestamp here, I feel like there's some truth that you're armed with. This may have been something that you became aware of over this past winter season. Some truth that you're armed with in this situation, it gives you the upper hand. I also feel, though, when we're looking at truth, truth only has power if you actually act on that truth. So I do feel like something's coming in relation to this, okay? You might become aware of some kind of truth, something that you didn't have access to before, and in some way this gives you the upper hand in this situation. That's something that flew out there. So judgment coming in with that, okay? Bottom of the deck. Oof. There's been a lot of instability that you've been dealing with in a situation. Emotions have been kind of all over the place. Also, there might be some financial fluctuations in stability. You might be trying to make a choice. You might not know what is the right choice for me to make. I think you're about to finally be able to make a decision. You're going to be able to make a judgment in this situation because you're getting access to some kind of truth. It might be coming in through a very important communication that takes you out of this place where you don't feel like so divided, or like you can't make up your mind, or your emotions tell you one thing but your head tells you another. What do we got here? Yeah, there's something you've been fending off here with the Seven of Wands coming out in reverse, that suddenly, once you have access to this truth, you can finally like let down your guard. I think there's something you're getting here that actually puts you in a position that requires somebody that's been giving you a hard time to have to sit down. They got to back off because you're getting access to something here that definitely puts favor in your corner. It's giving you the upper hand. That's what I see. Okay. You're also getting to the other side of a really difficult period where you've been fending off a lot. You might have been dealing with some criticism. You might have had some like people coming at you, you know, because of a particular stance you were taking in a situation, a decision you made that they didn't agree with. And it's sort of like you really had to stand your ground here. I feel that. And there may have been times when you were wondering, am I doing the right thing? I think you made a wise judgment in this situation. Could have been in relation to a family matter that you were dealing with as well. Okay, could have been something that involved a child too. And you really had to stick to your guns here. I feel like you got a judgment in your favor that's going to let you know I did the right thing, because you're getting some access to something that has been kept from you here. It's giving you the upper hand in a situation. Yeah, you've been in the dark here, and that's what's really been a burden to you. Okay. I also feel like you've been carrying more than your fair share in a situation, and it's just been something where you reached your breaking point with this. It's like this has been a very lopsided, unfair situation. It's caused you a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. You've really been on your guard here too, okay? But I feel like something that's been hidden from you is coming to light. And it's going to make you realize you made the right choice in choosing to kind of go your own way and break away from this. And I do feel like what might be coming to light could be that what has been hidden is being revealed, and there's some people that are being held accountable here too. Okay. There's some people being held accountable here, right? You might have even felt at one point like something was really unfair. Why is it that I got all this coming at me, and yet these people over here that have been the source of all these problems, they're just kind of like getting off scot-free? No, it's not going to go down like that. It's not going to go down like that. Okay, let me get some more details about this, please. For Gemini, their time's just about to be up here. I do feel like it will be called out, okay? And where you've been waiting to get to the other side of a really difficult time, where you've had more than your fair share of responsibility put on your shoulders, where you've had to fend off one thing after another, where you've been up at night, unable to rest because you've just been so stressed out about what you're going to have to be dealing with next. This is coming to an end. And where there were others that were the source of creating these problems for you, and you've been feeling like this isn't fair. Like, why am I dealing with this? I've been doing the right thing. I pulled myself away from all this mess. Those people will be held accountable. Their judgment's about to come in here. Yep. And see, I see, you went your own way. You left two behind. You may have even found that, somebody was working with another. And that was a deal breaker for you. You're like, no, I'm going to go my own way here. You didn't realize, somebody was teamed up with another, and that was a deal breaker for you. And that, actually that may have been when all your problems started. It's like you became wise to something, and that's when all your problems started. That's usually the way it goes, Let's see what we got coming in here. Any more details about this for Gemini? Any more details about this for Gemini? Quite a few. Okay, bottom of the deck. Also, you're bringing something to an end here. Like, put a fork in it. It's done. This is kind of coming up over all this energy around, looks like a few people that are going to be called to judgment. Six of Spades. This influence is moving away from you. All right. I feel like you're finally coming into a time of fulfillment, personal fulfillment. You'll be relieved by this. You finally, will not have this burden. This is going to open up a lot of options for you. All right. I think you're going to get a real different view of your future. You may have been feeling a little pessimistic because of all this stuff that you've been dealing with. But I do feel like you're getting some good news here from a King of Diamonds. Okay. Somebody who can really help you out here. If you've been dealing with financial fluctuations, that's about to turn around, okay? Something's about to be balanced out financially here. I also feel like whoever this is that you're communicating with that might be putting you in the loop of some kind of truth, this is a real stable person. This is a very grounded person. They have a keen eye of observation, I'm hearing, and they're making you aware of something, some kind of information that you didn't have access to before. okay? Because that's coming in reverse. This information was slow in getting to you, or will be slow in getting to you. But it's the very thing that sort of frees you from your position of feeling like, I don't know what to do here. I'm worn out. I can't deal with this crap any longer. All right. It brings you some kind of resolution here. I feel where you finally get to like just let this all go. You get to be at peace here. You finally realize that you did the right thing. You're getting to the other side of this. But I do see that those who are causing problems for you here, they're definitely moving out of your sphere of influence. You're not going to have to deal with these people anymore. Some kind of judgment's being called, kind of the deck energy. Yeah, but it brings personal fulfillment for you. All right. I see that. Personal fulfillment for you, and finances look really good here. So after a time of confusion and things being hidden from you, not knowing what was going on or what you should do or how you could balance something out, you're going to get to the other side of this. And it does look like some kind of stabilization of your finances, some kind of personal fulfillment coming through here as a result too. So this looks really good for you, Gemini. All right, Cancer coming in at 2622. Okay, so something about to come into alignment. Something about to show up in your life here. That's a positive energy. Also, Cancer, you're really stepping into your power and picking this up. Okay, right off the bat, let's go ahead and clear the deck out here for you, Cancer, and see what wants to come in. What's coming in for Cancer over these next 72 hours? What is coming in for Cancer over these next 72 hours? Not too far off from now, just about, another month or so away, Cancer. You're going to be hosting Jupiter, and that's going to be a real good transit for you, okay? So I do feel like things are going to be moving into a much better direction for you. I do feel like you're getting a power up with that energy. It's going to feel good. So you should be feeling the energy starting to really shift for you, where you felt maybe like you weren't in such a powerful position, or where you were feeling like a little bit blocked on your path. Do look for this energy to start easing for you as we get further into the summertime season, right? In the meantime, there might be something that's a little challenging to bring together. I got that here. Could be in relation to a King of Swords, okay? Somebody very stern, maybe somebody who's gone a little bit cold. It could be somebody who's giving you a little bit of a silent treatment, okay? Yeah, you're really wanting to move away from, the hardships you've been dealing with this particular individual. Hoping to, improve communication. This is like an emperor figure, okay? So this is somebody that could be a person who has some kind of authority in your life, or they have some kind of stronghold on something here. You could be dealing with an Aries, a Taurus. You could be dealing with any of the air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, also Virgo coming in there, okay? High Priestess energy. Yeah, you feel like somebody's keeping something from you. That's what I got. But it's like your spidey senses are going on. You're like, what's going on here? You want to dig a little deeper. That's your energy, Cancer, with the High Priestess. Your intuition is dinging about something in relation to this person that's gone cold on you. That's what I feel. You feel like they're keeping something from you. There's something they're not telling you. You just sense that something's up. That's what I got. Oh, interesting. Okay. Landed in a cross position. Okay. Landed in a cross position here. We got the Two of Wands. It's also in what I would orientate with being like more in the shadow aspect. You may be wondering, like, what is this person going to do next? Because I feel like in some way they are in authority position in your life. They could be somebody who controls finances in some way, finances, assets, things you need access to. This could be a boss. This could be a parent. This could be an institution you're dealing with. There's some power this individual holds, but they're being very cold or sort of cut off or not revealing something to you, but you sense something is up, even if you're dealing with sort of like a quiet sort of peace or break in some kind of difficulty in a situation with this person. It's almost like the silence is deafening. That's what I'm picking up here. And really, your intuition is firing off about this. You don't know what this person is going to do next. And it might be really important to understand like what they're going to do next, because your future depends on it, right? Like there's some kind of action that you want to take that you feel like you can't really move forward with this until you know where this person stands and they're like withholding something from you. And you sense something's up. You do. You sense something's up. Let me get a cut of the deck here. You may be trying to talk to this person. You may be trying to like extend yourself to this person. And you might be coming from like a really good place too. I feel that, you know? I feel like you've sort of been really trusting like what your soul's telling you to do in this situation. You might have tried to extend some kind of like peace offering to this person or some kind of warm communication, like just trying to open things up. Or you may have had an argument with this individual and you're the one who's kind of like made the first move or extended the invitation to kind of open up communication here. And you feel like this person is just like closed off, totally closed off. Maybe because something didn't go quite the way they wanted it to. So this is that kind of person. If they don't get their way, then they totally just like shut down. They give you the silent treatment. I don't know why it's coming through like that, but that's what I'm getting here. I got sentience around that. What's on the other side here? Yeah, you're worried about this. You're stressed out because you don't know what they're going to do. So I feel like this is sort of like what's on your mind over the next 72 hours. You're really stressed out about this. Like, what are they going to do? And yeah, your intuition is like firing off. So I do feel like you have like some worry or some anxiety around this. Certainly, you have some kind of anxiety around the lack of communication. All right, let's get some more details with the cartomancy here. Cartomancy is good for cutting through a lot of this stuff, you know. It just is very straight to the point, no chaser. That's why I like to work with it. Right. Yeah, this is definitely like kind of an impasse situation. You feel like you're at the crossroads here, and you're kind of held up there because I do feel like you need to make some kind of move. Like there's something that you need to do, but you can't do it until you know what this person's going to do here, or what their choice is, what their decision is. And they're just like being really cut off and cold with the communication, despite your best efforts to open up the lines of communication here. That's frustrating. Okay, let's see. Bottom of the deck. Six of Spades. Yeah, I feel like this is you. You're like, can we move away from these troubles? Like, do we have to always, you know, take it to this place? Is there a way we can sort through this? But this is about somebody, I don't know why I got this. It's almost like somebody's like acting like a spoiled child, like throwing a temper tantrum. Like, I'm not getting my way. You know, that's what it feels like to me. That's how the energy is registering, because I feel like you're really coming from a good place here in trying to iron something out. Somebody is just like, they're throwing a fit, you know? And the way they do that is they withhold communication from you. They leave you in the dark, probably because they know it stresses the hell out of you, you know? And that to them in a warped way is a certain kind of victory. Okay, let's see. All right, let something come out there. 5 of Spades. Yeah, this person knows what they're doing. They do. They do. They know it hurts you. They know that it gets to you. That's why they're doing it. That's why they're doing it. It's a little tit for tat here, okay? So do be aware of that. Do be aware of this, okay? It's a manipulation. It's a manipulation. How will this turn out for Cancer? I want to give them a little something to work with here. I mean, you did come in at 26, 22. So I know eventually this alignment will come through for you. Yeah, just give it a little time. Okay, give it a little time. Don't waste too much energy like stressing out about this. And I would say if you continue to like sort of invest in trying to get this person to open up sooner, it ain't going to happen. So don't waste your time with that, okay? Just continue to do you. I see that you're really invested in growth here, so just keep on task with that. I do feel like sort of this cold stance will thaw eventually, but right now, if you think that this person's just sort of trying to punish you, you're absolutely right about that. Let them have their space, man. Let them have their space. It's like you keep trying to, you know, encourage this communication. You're in a way sort of like playing into their hands. It gives them a little bit of a power up here, all right? So stop playing the game, you know? You already made yourself clear, being receptive to like work through things here, open up lines of communication. They don't want to communicate. Okay, leave it be. And that might be frustrating because you might feel like you need something from this person to move forward. But I feel like it's sort of coming through as you don't need anybody to be able to move forward in any way. All you have to do is just like keep choosing growth. So I feel like it's very important for you not to be held up by this person. Okay, just keep making moves, doing what you can. Maybe that is a little bit stressful here because you've become kind of dependent on this person's assistance, input, their choices, whatever this is, but it's really not true. Okay, you will have this sort of like cold front come to a close. In the meantime, continue to do what you need to do to move forward, all right, with whatever this is. And I think that'll work out best for you. All right. Leo coming in at 3810, 1110. Interesting. Leo, it's like something that you need to revisit from the past before you can come into proper alignment on your path now. That's what I got. A little back to the future kind of moment here. Let's see what this is. We're like, oh gosh, you know, I realized that in order to have what I really want now, I have to go back and get that thing I sort of like tossed aside back there. Oh, you know, it could be a little bit of that. Like you thought that you were coming into alignment with something else perhaps, and now you're like, oh gosh, I got to go back. I got to go back to where I maybe burned a bridge too to try to iron something out. Okay. This is coming in for Leo. It's coming in here for Leo over the next 72 hours. What is coming in for Leo over the next 72 hours? Let's see, Leo. What an interesting energy rolling out. I have to say, you're going to be like the shining star in this Mars-Pluto opposition. So, yeah. Ugh, yeah, I can see it. You're kind of in this place like, oh, gosh, Do I really want to open up this can of worms? That's what I just heard. Do I really want to open up this can of worms? That's going to take strength, Leo, but I feel like you're being challenged to do this, okay? I feel like you're being challenged to do this. Yeah, okay. You're going to have to head back that way. I feel like that's very much coming through here. Do you see you making some movement forward to see like you're really like, oh God, I don't know. Do I open up this can of worms? Wow. Well, that looks like something's ready to come up and out here. That came out pretty fast. I mean, ultimately, I feel like you're going to have to take a stand for something here. You might feel like you have to fend off a lot going in this position. Now, again, you're opening the can of worms, then all of a sudden, all that's going to be coming at me as soon as I head in this direction. I know it. Oh, boy. Oh, this is very interesting. Hold up. Wait a minute. What is this here? I mean, this is a test for you. You're going to have to challenge your comfort zone with this. I feel it. You are. You're going to have to challenge your comfort zone with this. You are. There's a lot of insecurity that's provoked here about confronting something connected to your past. And it could be in relation with the particular Knight of Wands here. I mean, and it certainly could be a fire sign that you were dealing with. The wand is very front and center here for you with the Magician. But there's also something here about an impulsive decision in the past or a reckless action in the past. If in some cases, it could even be like a manifestation gone awry in the past, like you thought you really wanted something. And so you really called that into being. Now, for those of you that are wizards out there, you might have even done a little working that kind of was a little bit more than you bargained for, too. I could see that, okay? It feels like something was done very impetuously, recklessly, and it's something that now is the source of insecurity. Like, I don't know if I can really face up to this. I don't know if I can deal with sort of like standing on business in relation to this, especially when it comes to revisiting a past matter here. There's been some manipulation that's gone down here, and I certainly could see this as like coming through too in relation to like a past lover. And I feel like this would have been more of like a Lothario type. Like this is somebody that likes to get it in. They like to have their options open. This is somebody that, could have had a very sort of like lustful quotient to it. That's how it's coming through. But this person is also pretty manipulative, all right? And that also may be a reason why you're a little fearful of confronting this too, okay? Because you feel like they can work you. And yet it's interesting. I do feel like you'll be successful with this, whatever it is, with the 6 of Wands, if you take the action. But it's sort of like you're being called to stare down an insecurity, This could be in relation to a Gemini as well. I feel like the insecurity is around opening up communication with somebody. Something about it's like opening up a can of worms. And then it does require you to sort of like stand on business and maybe take some heat if you open this up. All right, let me do a kind of deck here. It could be you. I mean, I have to bring this in with the Knight of Wands. It could be you took some impulsive action in the past. And you know that in cleaning that up, it's going to put you in a position where you're going to have to kind of like defend yourself because there's going to be a lot coming at you. And with that, we got the King of Wands. I mean, we got your energy coming out really strong in relation to this. And this is about some kind of heartache here. All right. You also could have been dealing with a fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or somebody just extremely independent here. Somebody that, you maybe have had some separation from. Maybe you want to bridge that gap. Maybe you're wanting to heal something here. But there's insecurity about heading in this direction. And look at this, though. There is the necessity here to kind of throw a little bit of caution to the wind and take the risk, right? To open something up, to open the road up. If you hope to address this, it's like your bravery is being tested here. That's what I feel. You could be dealing with an Aries, all right? Aries energy coming through pretty strong here. Yeah. But I do think there's something about this situation where there's a little bit of confrontation on deck. And maybe not just with one individual, but from many coming through here. Okay, I see that. I see that. Yeah, you're really going to have to take a stand for yourself in this situation. Let's get some more details here. All right. Give me more information about this for Leo, please. Spirit. What does Leo need to know about this situation? You may also be facing off with somebody, okay? You could be facing off with who you view as a competitor, too. You both want the same thing. You could even want the same person. I could see that, too. I could see that, too. And maybe somebody in this situation is dealing with insecurity about that, around this like sense of competition in a situation. I'm not seeing like love on the board at all. This looks like it's more impassioned, okay? But I am seeing there's some kind of hurt here, some kind of separation, or maybe feeling like left out, feeling like somebody is looking in another direction, okay? This is just kind of the energy coming in. Get some more details here for you, Leo. All right, Queen of Hearts energy here, okay? So I know feels are involved in this situation. There could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio connected here. You could have one of those placements really strong in your chart. Let's see what we got here. Somebody also may be coming off like, oh, it's just a hookup, but really they actually got deeper feelings too. I could see that. I could see that maybe you might have settled for less than you wanted in the past because you really had deep feelings for this person. And then you became aware that, you were sort of being put in a position where you felt like you were always having to compete for their time, their energy, their attention. Because I see heartache here. I see separation. But there's also like really this sort of vibe of like who's going to win their heart, maybe. Okay. See it coming through that way too. Any details? All right. I'm going to do a cut because nothing else really wants to come out there. What's on the bottom of the deck? Yeah, 10 of clubs. Something's felt real heavy to you, It's felt burdensome. Getting your desires met in a situation. Also not knowing how can I get my desires met in a situation, There's definitely like some kind of insecurity around it, though. I see it. The Four of Pentacles in reverse. It's like not feeling like one can, you know, get what they want in a situation. And yet sort of accepting less than what you want just to have a spot. But that's not going to work, Leo. You can't do that. That's not going to work. I'm going to give another chance for somebody that doesn't want to come out. Don't put yourself in that position, man. I see we got that Mars-Pluto opposition. You're going to be front and center with that transit. So do look for this to really bubble up for you, you know, where you've been put in those kind of situations where you did feel like you had to compete for your spot or compete for attention or compete for, you know, acknowledgement. There's something there that's really going to come to a head for you. Really going to come to a head for you. But I feel like if you really, you know, stand on business here, you're going to really feel like you're overcoming something here. It's good for you. It's a personal victory here. What do we got? Yeah, we got 5 of hearts here. Okay, there's been some kind of disappointment in this situation. And you're really wanting to turn that disappointment around. What do we got here? Ace of Spades. Okay. What I'm really getting here, yeah, 8 of Spades. The whole problem here is that you're wanting to have like this moment of like really feeling like you got the win. You know what I mean? Like I'm on top. I did it. You know, something that makes you feel like you're the best. That's how it's coming through, Leo. I'm just going to bring it through as it's coming through. Like you're the best, like, or you bested something, you know, and feeling like you're always in this position where you're kind of having to accept second best. And there's something you really want to go for here. I see it. Okay. It doesn't really look like there's love on the line except for the Queen of Hearts that came out. I mean, I feel like there's that component there, but it's more like something you had your heart set on. You know what I mean? And you're really wanting to have that moment of, I did it. You know, you're wanting to have that like victory here. But the problem is you keep settling for something that's less than you really want, and that's compromising you. And certainly if this is coming through romantically, it's like you're trying to make an emperor out of a Knight of Wands magician in reverse. Like you're not going to find that through this individual if this is around romance and wanting some kind of fulfillment. So it's sort of that thing where it's like, if you want that victory, if you want that moment of maybe aligning with someone who really just, you know, only has eyes for you, you got the top spot in their life. Maybe you felt like this person always puts you on the back burner. That requires you to stop compromising and accept less than you really want. And it's about, you know, standing on business and being like, this is what I want. And I'm not going to settle for anything less. So if that means going without, then I go without. And this may mean that you got to walk away from something. And it may mean you have to bring something to an end. And that may be really disappointing for you. But you'll come to see that that's actually the thing that gets you exactly what you've been wanting here, okay? And that applies also if this is in relation to just like some personal goal you've had. You know, if you start really acting in accord with what you truly want and you stop settling for what you don't, then you're not going to be in this position where you're feeling held back, confused, not knowing what to do. You're not going to be putting your power in somebody else's hands anymore. And that's going to be what the game changer is for you. But I do feel like in order for you really to come to the full recognition of that, you might have to sort of like encounter this King of Wands, Knight of Wands, magician in reverse again. Just sort of like stand in that position of empowerment that you weren't in before. and really stand your ground. You know what I mean? So it does look like there's like some kind of face off with the past coming in here for you, Leo. That's what I got for you. All right. Virgo coming in at 54:58. Just realized I didn't write down Leo's time. That always happens. That's okay. I'll catch it when we do the premiere. All right, Virgo, let's dive into this and see what's coming in for you in the next 72 hours. What is coming in for Virgo in the next 72 hours? What is coming in for Virgo? In the next 72 hours, Spirit, what's coming in for Virgo in the next 72 hours? What's coming in for Virgo in the next 72 hours? Well, Virgo, looks like you're turning that frown upside down. Something that was a disappointment initially is turning out to be a blessing for you. All right. You might be also trying to like hold in your emotions about this or excitement about this. Okay. Maybe you're sort of like biding your time before you make some big announcement. Right. You might be worried about something too. You might be worried about something concerning an emperor here, okay? Somebody in a position of power, okay? It's interesting. I feel like you're dealing with a difficult situation, okay? And there's some kind of, happy news to share, like something that is the source of celebration. Okay, after dealing with a big disappointment, it's like the disappointment worked out in your favor. But there's something about timing. You're a little worried about the timing of sharing your good news, and this could be in relation to an emperor on the scene. Could be an Aries in relation to that, all right? Let's see what this is. What's coming in here for Virgo? You might not know how an Aries will react to this, okay? Yeah, interesting. We've got a Page of Cups coming in there. Justice, okay? Libra energy. And then crossing, look at this, see? We have this like fulfillment for you here. So yeah, I do feel like you want to share some good news that you have here, but you're wondering like, when is the right time to share this good news? It's something for you that it's really positive. Like, it's your justice after you dealt with like some major disappointment here, but you might be a little bit concerned about how somebody that you view as being able to like call some shots, pull some strings, or somebody that you're dealing with, okay, could be an Aries, could be a father figure in some cases, okay? You're afraid of how they might react to this. That's what I got, okay? So you're a little bit worried about sharing this news, okay, because you're not quite sure what the reception will be with a particular individual, even though you're really happy about it. That's what I got. I got that it's like your justice. It was 56:56 on the clock when that came in. No, it wasn't. That couldn't be. I said 56:56 though, so 11:11. Life path 5, life path 6 maybe coming into play there. Some kind of alignment happening. Maybe you're coming into alignment with somebody. You're not quite sure how a certain authority figure is going to like react to that, or a certain person is going to react to that when they hear the news. Okay. But for you, it's personal fulfillment. For you, it's justice. Libra energy came in here too. Okay. So there could be some kind of fulfillment that's coming in here, also in connection with the Libra. What you got on the cut of the deck here? Yeah, you're really like wondering, when should I come forward and share this with the Knight of Pentacles. There's also the seed for a new beginning here, something you want to grow for your future, but you're not quite sure when you should move forward and act on this. I got that, okay? Nine of Pentacles is like somebody who's really like spending a lot of time like deliberating. Should I, should I do this? I think it's about sharing some kind of news here. It's good news. It's something that's in your favor, but you're not sure how a certain person's going to react to it. Could be an Aries, a Libra connected to the situation. Could also be a child connected to this situation. So maybe this could be related to like pregnancy or something like this. I could see that too. 10 of Swords. It could mean in this situation, it's like, it's good for you, but it's an ending for another too. Or it could be like somebody else could view it as a betrayal. And so even though you're happy, you feel like a little like, how do I like broach this subject? That's what I feel. That's what this is. Okay, let me get some more details. I also feel like for you to get this fulfillment, something has to come to an end. Like it's an either or situation. So I do feel like something for you that's like your wish fulfillment is coming through here. And it's like the seed for your future. And you know that you want to grow in this direction, but you haven't moved forward with like telling a certain someone about this because you don't know how they're going to react. That's what I got. They're going to take it rough. I mean, I'm going to tell you that right now. I see it. Whoever this is going to take it rough. All right. Bottom of the deck. We got a King of Spades energy here. Okay, so air sign energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's also your energy, Virgo. Okay, so this is about really being decisive about something. You're going to have to approach this from a logical standpoint, okay? And that may be difficult to do in this situation because you know how somebody else is going to be impacted by your choice. And yet I feel like it's really important that you do take a decisive action here. Okay? It is. It's very important you take a decisive action here. Anything else wants to come out around that? One more round. One more round here. Okay. I also got that this is like something new that's beginning for you, an opportunity that's coming your way that's like wish fulfillment. It could be in relation as well to like a business opportunity. And you really want to head in this direction, but you're not sure how a certain emperor is going to react to this, okay? Cut of the deck. Yeah, you're really like in the dark about this. You're stressed out about this. You are. You're very stressed out about this, about revealing your hand, about how you've chosen to move forward here to this individual. But I do see like you're gonna have to come up and out with it. It's gonna be necessary if you're really gonna get what you want in this situation, Virgo, okay? This isn't something you can like, hold in. Because I got this sort of piece here where if you want to move forward with this, you need to act on it or else something's really gonna go awry for you here. So that's what I got, all right? But I do think like this is uncomfortable territory for you because you feel like somebody's gonna think that in some way, like you've played them or you withheld information or you worked them in some way or, all right? No time like the present. I don't know what else to say. It looks like one of those situations where you got to just like rip off the Band-Aid, okay? The sooner you do it, the better, okay? Libra coming in at 104.51. 104.51 for Libra. All right, Libra, let's see what's coming in here for you over the next 72 hours. Libra, what you got going on, Libra? How's it going, Libra? See how the next 72 hours are going to roll out for you. What is coming in for Libra spirit over the next 72 hours? What we got going on for Libra spirit over the next 72 hours? Right. Ooh, some kind of alignment. Could have something to do with getting on the same page with another person. Could be something in relation to a house, a living situation. Looks like a positive moment here, right? There's some kind of truth that you're coming into possession of here, Libra. That's it's like a deep sigh of relief. That's what I got. You finally feel like you can rest, right? Yeah. And this has something to do with knowing how to move forward. It's like, in this image here, this driver of the chariot isn't holding any reins. So there's something you're resolving here, some kind of truth you're coming into awareness of, possibly through a communication that's coming in here with the chariot. And whatever this communication is, it's like it's setting your mind at ease. You finally feel like, I made it, like I can rest. There's like a little breathing room here for you, which is good. Cancerian energy coming in there too with the chariot. Oh, woo. Oh wow. Okay. Landed right on my legs standing up. At the basis of the matter around this was some kind of delays, a really difficult time that you moved through. Looks like heartache here. And what's coming in, you may not see it right now, it's some kind of fulfillment coming in for you. Got Queen of Pentacles here, okay? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Yeah, you don't see this coming. Look at this. It's some kind of surprise. You're not expecting this. It's some kind of surprise coming your way. And it's bringing the sun into your life. There's definite like movement forward here to like your time in the sun. There's some kind of fulfillment here. You don't see this coming though with the Page of Swords, right? Somebody might be planning some kind of special surprise for you here. Whatever this is, it has you like casting off a really heavy time in your life where you were moving through a lot of delays, a lot of heartache. You might have experienced like the ending of a relationship and there was a grieving process around this, or you've dealt with a time of grieving and loss. And I feel like there's a lot that you've healed here. I feel like you've been investing in your personal healing. That's what I got. You might have been resting, sort of integrating experiences you've been through. And as a result, I feel like there's something that you have healed here, and you're in a really good position within yourself here. You understand your worth, you understand your value, you understand what has meaning for you, where you want to invest your time and energy, where you don't. Okay, so this is really coming into like a really good place within yourself. I also feel like if you've been employing a new strategy as far as just like taking care of your health, you're really on track here. All right, this is good. You might even be experiencing some kind of unexpected healing, unexpected result. as a result of like trying a different approach to a certain problem you were dealing with too. I feel like there's something that's going to surprise you here. It brings a lot of happiness with the sun. Also, it's very successful here, and it gives you some deep sense of personal gratification. It's like a wish fulfillment after a time of like loss and heartache and moving through a lot of heavy stuff here, man. That looks really good, Libra. All right. Could be dealing with a Leo, right? That energy out here. You had Cancer coming too. Cancer, Leo, Cusper could be factoring into this situation. Yeah, it's like you're seeing a new way forward here where you didn't have maybe even an idea about how you were going to move forward. Now you do. Judgment coming through. So yeah, this is finally getting to the other side of a really difficult cycle. I feel like you've been in that position of integrating some heavy endings in your life. I got like, there may have been 3 major endings in your life that you have been integrating here, and it's been real heavy. And now you're finally getting a way forward. It's like, it's time to move forward. And there's some kind of news coming in, something that comes in, it's a surprise. And it's some kind of wish fulfillment for you here. And whatever's communicated here, whatever's coming in here, it's like you finally feel relief after a really difficult period that you've been moving through. Okay, this is good. Yeah, look at that. Ace of Diamonds there. So this could even be real good news coming through in relation to a new approach or new opportunity in relation to your career. Okay, I can see that. This could be like good financial news. That's just the way that came out. Yeah, there's definitely wish fulfillment here. You're getting some kind of unexpected wish fulfillment here. I feel like somebody's getting ready, to head your way. They got a lot of anxiety. I see that. Whoever this character is, they got a lot of anxiety. They're nervous. They're nervous. Right? You may be nervous too. I got that, okay? There's some kind of excitement around this. There's some kind of excitement. It comes in quickly when this comes in. And I do believe that it's getting you a way through, a way forward. Maybe when you felt like there wasn't one, right? Some kind of success has eluded you. There's something about a new vision, like a new way of approaching something that comes in here. An opportunity available to you that you didn't even know was on the table, okay? I think this is going to be very positive for you. Bottom of the deck gives you some kind of stability. That's positive. Anything else here? Anything else here for Libra? One more round, and then I'll just do a cut here. I mean, this looks pretty good. So yeah, I do expect some news to come in. Wish fulfillment here. Something will make you feel really gratified. Okay? There's a sense of personal gratification here. I got that. Gives you totally new way forward. And brings you happiness. It has you like just getting rid of all that heaviness, man. Just casting it aside. And yeah, for those of you approaching like a new, regimen as far as your health's concerned, I feel like you're going to get really good results there, right? So we have something here that came to an end. And yeah, I like this with the 3 of Diamonds. It's like you're putting an end to one phase of, it looks like, for a lot of you, this could be coming through in the realm of your work, okay? Something you've been working on, because there's some kind of success that comes through here. It's like ending a time of feeling like success has eluded you, where you felt really stuck. There's something at play here. It comes unexpected. It's a little divine play, okay? So be on the lookout for this. This looks really good, Libra, right? Somebody's anxious about moving forward, though, when this comes in. I feel like it's whoever is like preparing to spring this on you is feeling like a little nervous, okay? That's what I got. We also had that earth sign energy come out. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Got Sagittarian energy here with judgment. Right. Should be interesting, Libra. Okay, let's go to Scorpio at 1:15:24. 1:15:24, Scorpio. All right. Let's get these back in here. Let's see what's coming in for Scorpio. What's coming in for Scorpio for these next 72 hours? What is ahead for Scorpio over the next 72 hours? What is coming in for Scorpio over the next 72 hours? Spirit, what's ahead for Scorpio for the next 72 hours? All right, let's see what we got here. You're learning about something with the Page of Pentacles. Could be something in relation to work. Could be something in relation, yeah, it could be in relation to work, okay? Maybe a new job opportunity. Two of Cups there. Could be partnering with somebody on something, okay? Maybe even somebody that you already have a connection with. Oh my gosh, that was the weirdest shuffle ever. I'm going to kind of like look at these as like one full here. Could be in relation to an Emperor, okay? Aries energy there. We got the 9 of Pentacles with the 5 of Pentacles here. There's definitely finances at play in your situation here. You're wanting some kind of level up financially. And you're in the dark about this, okay? There's something you're trying to get information about here. It could even be like, when am I getting paid, or when is the money coming in? I need the money. You might have an agreement with somebody, so this could be somebody that you work with, okay? It's definitely somebody who's controlling the finances here. I see that, okay, with the Emperor. You're really needing, this money to come through, I feel, because there's something you're dealing with here that you're feeling the pinch, okay? And you're trying to get some answers, and you feel like maybe your questions are being eluded here. What is this? Got the Queen of Wands to the 3 of Wands to the 6 of Pentacles to the Justice to the 9 of Wands. That's what it is. You're trying to find out what's going on. What's going on? I thought you said the money was on its way. It hasn't shown up in my bank account yet. Like, what's up with this? Queen of Wands energy, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, strong Leo energy here. All right. Also, there could be like a little bit, I'm seeing it with the High Priestess, with the Queen of Wands, with the 3 of Pentacles. This could be like a sugar baby kind of situation. Where's the money, Daddy? You said it was going to be coming in. It hasn't come in. What's up? Okay. because there is kind of an indication here that somebody may be giving to more than one person, maybe financially supporting more than one person. Could even be like married or in some kind of like serious relationship, but is giving to others. All right. You may have questions about what's going on. You may be having some suspicions right now too with the Nine of Wands, like you're just at the ready. What's up here? There's like some delay in something that was promised, and so it's causing some stress in this situation. Like, what's going on? What is going on here? Why hasn't this come through? So it could be working out in a multitude of ways. We are reading a collective energy, so I do tap into whatever comes through. I can see this in a work situation. You did some work. The money was supposed to land in your account. It's not there yet. Where's my money? And somebody's like eluding your phone calls. They're not giving you any information. And you're stressed out about this because you're feeling the pinch. Like, I need the money. Like, I needed that money like yesterday. What is up with this? I do feel like if that's the case, like you're an independent agent in this situation, you might be somebody that does like contractual work, okay? You're an independent contractor, you're self-employed too. That could be another piece here. You could have approached like an institution for like a business loan or some kind of startup capital, or somebody promised you some startup capital and you're like, where is it? But there's the sense too that, there could be like legal holdups as well in receiving these funds. Or maybe you do get the funds. They finally will land in the account. They're not as much as you thought they were. You were expecting the Nine of Pentacles, being in a real good spot financially. You're having to pinch your pennies. It's not matching up to what you were told you were going to receive. And so you have some questions, and your questions are being evaded. That's what I feel. And then in the case of like a lover situation, I feel this is like sort of like a sugar baby situation. Somebody gives to lovers. And you could view it as like hush money. Shh, between us, you want to get something out of this arrangement beyond just the hookup energy here, here's a little cash, but maybe the payments have slowed down or something. You're not able to go and get your nails done like you used to be able to, or something like that. You're like, what's going on? You may suspect they're now giving to somebody else. Okay? Because I see that kind of indication here too. All right. Let me do a cut of the deck on this, and then we'll get some cartomancy on it for some more details. Yeah, you're definitely worried about your security here. I mean, it's coming through very clear. You're very worried about your security here, your financial security, your stability. This is what this is about. All right. Something's coming up here that you're very concerned about. Let's get some more details about this for you. What's coming in here for Scorpio? There could be, let me just mention all these characters on the board. We got an Aries here. We got Libra here. We got all the water signs, including you. Okay, Cancer, Pisces, too, are here. We got fire signs, all of them. Strong Leo, but also Aries and Sagittarius. Okay. Any more details coming in here for Scorpio? Any more details coming in here for Scorpio? Any more details coming in here for Scorpio, please? You're not getting what you want in this situation. I see that the Nine of Hearts in reverse. I feel like when you finally do get news, it's not the news you wanted to hear. That's what I feel, okay? I think you're finding out that you're not going to be getting as much as you were promised. Yeah, you're not getting as much as you were promised here, okay? Earth sign energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn is also coming in as somebody you do business with, okay? Or even if it's been a romantic situation, there's been a business angle to it, okay?
There's been some kind of exchange that's occurred in this situation monetarily, right? Something that was promised. I feel like it's not measuring up to what you were told. And you banked on this in some way, and it's putting you in a tight spot. That's what I feel. Okay, there's nothing else that wants to come out there. We do a cut of the deck, see what we got. 10 of spades, man. This card keeps coming out. And with that, Queen of Hearts. Yeah, I think you're going to feel like you got screwed. I just have to be honest with you. If you've been waiting around wondering, like, when is this deposit going to hit my account, or when are they going to make good on that? They're not. This looks like it's not. No. No. This could even be a case if you were like in that kind of a situation where you were a lover and this is somebody who's been in a marriage or significant committed relationship. This is somebody who's cutting off their sides. I see that. Because that was the Six of Hearts in reverse. Yeah. I mean, this is just not where the fulfillment is. That's how it's coming through. Okay. So I would say look at a plan B. I mean, there is an indication that there's something that's going to open up for you, that you're going to be learning about some kind of work opportunity. You should go for it, because I don't think you can rely on who you've been relying on up to this point. So this is like a big clue to be on the lookout for that. When you get wind of a job opportunity, jump on it. Because where you've been waiting for somebody to give you what they promised, it's not coming. I don't see it coming anytime soon. I just don't. That's what it looks like. There's some kind of hold up here. So you need to be aware of that. And there's even a 10 of Swords on that final split there. Okay, so be careful with that. Okay, don't get yourself in a tight spot. Right? Take that opportunity when it comes your way. You're going to need it. All right, Sagittarius coming in at 126.52. 6. All right, Sagittarius. Let's see what's coming in for you. In the home stretch here. What's coming in for Sagittarius over the next 72 hours? What is coming in for Sagittarius over the next 72 hours? What's coming in for Sagittarius over the next 72 hours? What's coming in for Sagittarius over the next 72 hours? Whew, it's getting hot in here. I'm going to open up the door. Just let a little of the fresh air in here. You might be dealing with a situation where, okay, this is getting a little hot in here. I need to kind of like give myself a little breathing room. Oh yeah, you got a big choice to make with the Lovers. Could be dealing with a Gemini in your situation. Okay, you're at the crossroads. It's time to shit or get off the pot. And just as I said that, this flipped up. Okay, we got the Hierophant here coming in with the Star. Okay, I can see that coming out as, you know, knowing where you're meant to head. You got a firm yes from Spirit on this, but now you're just waiting for the right moment to sort of spring the lock on what's been holding you back here. Yeah, there's some action you're preparing to take here with the Ace of Wands. You got some kind of power in your hand. Okay. King of Cups energy. Water sign energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Taking a strong action to reach out, communicate with somebody. Perhaps communicate from the heart. Somebody is trying to, make up their mind about this with you. We've got Taurus energy, Aquarian energy out here. All right, let's get some more details for Sagittarius in relation to this. You could also be getting some kind of invitation too, it's possible, or sending out invitations to a wedding. Queen of Pentacles coming through there. First sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's possible. You could be learning about somebody's marriage that could be coming through. I got like marriage or pregnancy, some kind of news coming through here. Maybe an invitation to an event, an invitation to a baby shower or a wedding. Not wanting to go. I can see this, not wanting to go. I also feel like there's some communication you're issuing here. Maybe you're telling somebody about this. Let me get one more round of this for you. What is this for Sag? Okay. Yeah. There's something about this. The Hermit in reverse to the King of Cups in reverse. Got Virgo energy coming in there. There's something that's a disappointment here. You know, it's sort of like, I don't know why it's giving me these vibes. This is how it's coming through. It's giving me these vibes of like, okay, so let's say that you're sending out like the memo, like I'm getting hooked up with this person, like this is the deal. I'm cuffed up, I'm dialing it in, or we're getting married, or we're having a baby, or something like this. I get the vibe that you're sort of like, man, my single days are over. Like, it's almost like it's good news. Like, I see this. This could be for like a perpetual bachelor. It's like you're coming into union with somebody, but you're like totally stressed out about it because you feel like, you know, your player days are over. That's what I feel. That's how it's coming through. Yeah. It's interesting. You might be wondering too. It's like you might be wondering if you should head in a certain direction. Like you wanna connect with somebody, right? But you're also like, I have to bring it in. Like there's this little piece of like really valuing just doing your own thing, you know, being an independent agent, feeling like, oh God, you know, do I want to give that up? Not so sure. Not so sure if you want to, you know, sign on for this. There's a soulmate in play here, and for some of you, this is like considering, you know, healing the situation or making a solid commitment because there's children involved. I can see that, or for the sake of the kids. Okay. To heal or not heal connection, though, this is what I see. It's sort of playing out on multiple stratums of being like, but I do got this. I do got this. There is like a piece here. You might be hearing about somebody coming together with somebody else, and it sort of makes you feel a little bit like time's catching up with you. Like, am I always going to be alone? Maybe questioning some of your previous choices too. There's some desire as well to take an action to open up communication, perhaps to get more awareness as well of the situation, but having a lot of worry or concern about this. And this may be because, you know, you're hearing that somebody's getting married or that somebody's like committed to somebody else, something like this. Okay, there's like soulmate energy on the board here. A lot of stress around this. A lot of stress around this and conflicted. Because what I do see here is this energy. Whoever you're dealing with, like this person, they really like being an independent agent. And so there's concern here about, do I really open up to this? Do I really say, like, this is what I want to? I can see it reflected in that way. But just because of what's sort of presenting here with the Page of Wands, I mean, Sagittarius, that's quintessentially your card. It looks like you're the one taking some action here. So I feel like this is why you're hesitating. Like, do I propose? Do I make it official? Do I ship this? Or am I like going to be sacrificing too much here? And some Sagittarius may be trying to figure out, is there a way I can kind of get away with having like a little something on the side too? Because there's a little bit of temptation kind of inherent here too. Or perhaps feeling disappointed about feeling pressured to go in a certain direction in relation to this as well. I mean, it might be time for the wheel to turn. You got to get out of your fixed position. And, I do feel like where you haven't been sure, you're about to be sure. There might be something like you need to hear. You might want to communicate with somebody before you make a certain choice too. I could see that as well. And there might be something a little bit tricky about that, opening up lines of communication with somebody. But it's sort of like, I need an answer to this before I get committed to that. That's what I feel it is. That's how it's coming through, Sag, okay? Cut the deck. Let's see what we got here. I mean, on this side, we have the Sun. We have some kind of happiness here. Again, there could be a child involved in this situation. Got Leo energy coming in here. And yeah, just not being sure. Like, I don't know, I don't know. And wanting to get further information by having communication with, it looks like a soulmate where there's been unanswered questions or something's been disappointing and you need some kind of illumination before you feel like you can move forward in signing on. It looks like for a committed relationship in good conscience. Characters we got on the board. We got Leo energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, strong Taurus. We got Aquarius. We got Gemini. And we got your energy. Got Virgo here too. All right. Okay, that's what I got so far. You got your energy very strong. It's up to you. You're the one who decides whether it's fate or destiny, okay? And I think you're just not wanting to get yourself in a bind. You're not wanting to get yourself in a position where then you feel like you're trapped. You might be kind of feeling like that. You might be feeling a little trapped here. You're stressed out. I'm seeing the stress here with the Nine of Swords. Like there's something that's giving you anxiety in this situation. What is that? Came out, presented itself here. Yeah, Queen of Clubs. You could be dealing with fire sign energy. Somebody who's equally as independent as you. This is some free agent here. I see it. Look, they're like the way they're looking at each other. You might know that somebody's with someone and you don't care. And you're trying to figure out how you can still come into contact with whoever this is. I mean, at one point, there was a walking away from this attraction, but it's drawing you back in. Queen of Wands energy, somebody that is considered very attractive. Okay, somebody could be finding you very attractive, Sagittarius. They're hiding their intentions right now, though. You're not aware that they're kind of looking into you a bit. There's something a little sneaky here. There is sneaky energy. 7 of Spades with the 6 of Spades with the 3 of Hearts here. Okay. So yeah, this could be a clandestine situation. It looks like somebody here is either married, pregnant, about to be married, like serious commitment, but they're feeling drawn in a different direction. And they may have been kind of like sneaking around, sort of keeping an eye on somebody they find very attractive. And they're wondering, should I open up this communication? Somebody's at the crossroads here. I also feel like there's like this fear around giving up independence, in favor of a relationship. Because if they give up independence here, they feel like they're going to lose out on something that's really drawing their attention. Okay, that's quite the quagmire there, I have to say. Yeah. It was in reverse. They turned the deck up right here. So we got a Jack of Clubs here. Yeah, this is about feeling pressurized. Like if I don't take an action, I'm going to lose out on this. And yet there could be something that's sacrificed. This could even be in a committed relationship, wanting to head in another direction, not extricating yourself from that relationship, and then being worried that, you're going to miss out if you don't take swift action, because maybe you're catching wind that somebody here that you got your eyes on is about to come into union with somebody, or is in the process of healing a relationship, something like this. Got in the deck, Sag. What do we got coming in here? 8 of Spades. You are really up in your head about this, but I do feel like you're getting news here about something that's coming in for somebody else, and it's got you thinking about taking a very strong action here. That's what I got. That's how it's coming in. Or somebody is considering taking that strong action with you because they're finding out about you coming into alignment with somebody, and so now they're ready to head towards you, maybe in kind of a little bit of a manipulative way too, with the King of Cups in reverse. Okay, it might be like really laying it on thick. This also could be somebody that you thought they walked away. They haven't. They're still like totally keeping an eye on you. Big water sign energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Also pretty strong Virgo energy in relation to that. Could be a Cancer, Leo, Cusper. Could be a child connection or a childhood connection in relation to that. All right. Capricorn coming in at 142.42. All right. The beginning of a shared vision, Capricorn. That's what I heard. Right? Some new beginning coming in here. Something that's in its developmental stages. With you and another in a shared vision. Let's see what we got here for you, Capricorn. What is coming in for Capricorn over the next 72 hours, Spirit? What is coming in for Capricorn the next 72 hours? What is coming in for Capricorn, Spirit? Over the next 72 hours, what is coming in for Capricorn? Over the next 72 hours. Some kind of alignment coming in for you too. Looks like an arrival point. Who did that come in for? I think that came in for Libra. Okay, so you could have a strong Libra placement in your chart, or you could be coming into some shared vision alignment with a Libra here. Got the 8 of Swords here. So maybe you've been feeling really held back, or something's felt held back. Queen of Wands energy here. Interesting. Got the Tower here. Tower coming in with the Queen of Wands. Maybe there's something that you're wanting to partner with somebody on. You got like a shared vision with somebody, but you feel like you're getting outside interference in moving something forward. From a Queen of Wands energy. Maybe you feel like somebody is like putting roadblocks in your way, causing problems. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Let's see what we got coming in here, Capricorn. What's coming in here? We've got Six of Swords. Six of Swords to the Two of Pentacles here. It's been really hard to stabilize something. I see that. You've been trying to figure out how to get something stabilized. There's also somebody that you have a shared vision with this person. I got this. And you keep trying to bring it together, but something always makes things go awry. You're having a hard time sort of like getting dialed in with this. Like you keep missing, you know, the opportunity to like connect with this person, develop something with this person, and you're starting to like suspect some kind of outside interference. This might even be causing some kind of like destabilization as well. Like you might be experiencing some kind of like financial fluctuations here too. In some cases, I'm bringing it in. Yeah, you might feel like somebody's like been doing some work on you. Maybe even doing some work to kind of like keep this from coming into alignment here. It looks like somebody you have a shared vision with, but you feel like there's outside interference that's causing problems with bringing this thing together. One more round here. What is this for Capricorn? Judgment. It says judgment about this. It could be three people that have been working together, causing some problems here that are about to be called out. Certainly somebody manipulative here. Queen of Cups in reverse. Water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is going to get called out. I see it. This is going to get called out. All right. We also got Sagittarian energy there with the Judgment. Cancerian energy here with the Chariot. Okay. So something will be called out here. And the mystery, whatever's been holding you back, you and this person that you have a shared vision with, you're going to finally find out what's going on, and then you'll be able to move something forward. So you also may be sort of like calling something out as well, or effectively figuring out a way to deal with a negative or thwarting influence that's been preventing this shared vision you have with another from coming to a place of fruition. Somebody's really been manipulating a situation here. Okay, let's do a cut of the deck to see what we got. Yeah, this is some kind of competitive energy going on here. Trying to bring about towers. I see it very clearly. Also with that tower energy, we got Aries, we got Scorpio there. Any of these characters could be involved. And yet I see that there's something you're doing here that is effectively addressing this matter. It's like you're bringing the tower. Where the tower was getting thrown in your direction, it's actually the very stuff that's building this alignment. There's two of you that benefit here. Something is being turned around. I like this energy. I really got it coming through very strongly, like for the alchemists here. This looks like a little bit of spiritual warfare to me. There's been something going on here where there's been a lot thrown to create imbalance, instability, and keep you from moving forward with another where you have a shared vision. And it looks like that time is about to come to a close here, and you're going to get moving forward. You're going to get moving forward free and clear here. Okay. Interesting energy ultimately brings alignment. Okay, the two of you benefit. So I do see you being successful with this, but it looks like something's being called out. Give me more details about this for Capricorn. You might be getting some wind of something here, like some kind of news, and then suddenly you understand where the problems are coming from, what's been stirring the pot, so to speak, okay? Something is settled quite effectively here that's been a real source of conflict, okay? This influence, this instability, it's like a destabilizing influence. You may have even really felt a lot of destabilization on the home front. This might be the way that it's been kind of coming through. You might have even noticed like one thing after another kind of going awry recently on the home front with your finances, with trying to connect with people that you know you're meant to connect with. This is coming to an end. Yeah, there's like something that's been a bit confusing here, and it is related to a bit of glamour that's been thrown around here. But where you're meant to come into alignment, where that's been held back, you will come into alignment. But see how this is coming out in reverse here? What do we got here? We got the Queen of Hearts, okay? So that's that same Queen of Cups energy there, manipulating the situation. Right behind that, we have you, okay? Your energy, Queen of Diamonds here, right? Ooh, that's interesting, because just that Six of Hearts was in reverse. Just that Six of Hearts was in reverse. Ooh, Capricorn, do you have a jealousy issue here? Have you ever suspected that? Like, is there somebody that you have a really close connection with? And maybe you two have a shared vision. Like there's something you partnered on or want to partner on. And have you felt like jealousy in relation to this connection that you share with another? Like maybe a friend or an associate, somebody who's like jealous of you partnering with another person or your connection with another person. This is how it's coming out. Like whoever this is, they're like, no, you're mine, Capricorn. You're mine, Capricorn. Or it could be the person that you're connected to. They feel very possessive of that person. Like, no, I don't want to share them with you. And if this person is an alchemist, they may have been like purposefully stirring the cauldron, so to speak, to cause some problems in that connection or to cause holdups. Whatever this is, I feel like you're overcoming it though. You will overcome it, but they were trying to like throw you into a disadvantaged position. Because there's somebody like you're connected with here that they have a problem with. This is a jealousy issue. This is a jealousy issue and competing for somebody's time, attention, feeling like you got it and trying to thwart that. But whatever you're meant to build with another here, where you two have a shared vision, you're going to be successful. I see it, okay? But there's been a lot of holdups that have been going on with this. But this influence, judgment's being called on it. I feel like they're getting a tower here. And they're going to be too caught up straightening out some mess they got on their hands. Maybe even be on their home front, okay? They might have to suddenly move unexpectedly, whoever this is that's been causing problems there. That might kind of mark them for you. Just putting that out there, right? I feel like whatever this is, it's moving away out of your sphere of influence. And it may even be because you're effectively figuring out a way to handle this situation. Could be through some news coming in that's calling out where the problem's been coming from, all right? Cut of the deck energy, see what we got here. Yeah, this is like something that got thrown out of balance is now being restored to its rightful balance because judgment's being called on whatever this interfering element has been. Looks like somebody was trying to block your fulfillment in a situation, and you're getting to the other side of that. You're getting to the other side of that, okay? So looks like a long-standing issue is being resolved and nothing can stop this dynamic duo, whatever you're partnering on here. It looks good. And if you've had some kind of problems caused on the home front because of somebody interfering like this, I see you're also going to be successful here too as well. So either way, it looks like it's turning out very well for you, Capricorn. All right. And we're going to dive into Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius coming in at 1:55:29. 29. All right, let me get these all sorted out real quick. There might be something you need to get sorted out real quick before you move forward with something in Aquarius. It's worth it to just, take a little bit of extra time to make sure you got everything in proper order before you move forward with this. Right? So don't let anybody force your hand or push you before you're ready here. Okay, that's very important. All right. I think if you do take that time, there's certain things you're going to spot that you need to address that really could have caused some holdups or potential issues down the road. So it is worth your time and energy to sort of like do one last sort of sorting through the details of something you want to move forward with here. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Let's see what we got coming in here for Aquarius. What's coming in for Aquarius over these next 72 hours? What does Aquarius need to know about how these next 72 hours will roll out and the themes that will be introducing themselves into Aquarius's life here? What is coming in for Aquarius over the next 72 hours? Spirit, what is coming in for Aquarius? What does Aquarius need to know at this time? Well, you're coming into alignment with something too. This looks good. 4 of Wands, something to celebrate here. Something to celebrate here. Oof. Looks like a big moment of success with the Devil here. Okay. With this coming out with the 4 of Wands, this is something to really celebrate here. All right. It's interesting because to me, it's coming out as sort of like a big win for you with the Devil here. It's giving me those Capricorn sort of vibes, 10th house advancement here. So I feel like there's some details you're sorting out in relation to something you're ready to move forward with, something you're ready to sign on for. It's a big moment. It's moving you into more of a position of worldly power here. Also, may even be able to afford some new digs. There could be a move coming in here. You might be moving into like your dream house I got, okay? Interesting. Yeah, it looks like you're springing the lock here on something. Because I see for a while you felt like really stuck, like you couldn't move forward, but whatever is coming in here, you're finally making the decision to move away from it. Yep. You're no longer like divided about what you should do. You've arrived at a certain point of truth here with this Ace of Swords. There's something you're communicating here. You're putting an end to something because you know where your new beginning lies. You certainly do with the Ace of Cups coming in with the Wheel of Fortune here. Okay. Strong Sagittarian energy, fixed sign energy, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio. Your energy there, it's really influencing you. There's also some kind of tricky situation that you've transformed here, and it's what's getting you moving forward. And there is something communicated here, and it's a choice you're making. Okay, so you're moving out of indecision. You're taking decisive action. It's moving you forward. This could even be that you're moving out of a house and you're moving into a new direction, right? Moving into a new direction. Yep, your sights are set on your future. So you're like clearing the decks. You're kind of looking at the last details here. Some of you may be looking at a major move and you're like looking at the last details of something before you kind of like pull the trigger on that and take action. You're sort of like really figuring out like the plan for moving forward with this here. But I do see you're just about to move out of the crossroads in a situation where you've been weighing it up for a while. You're ready. You know where you need to head for your personal fulfillment here. And I do see that's really going to pop off for you in the summer. Okay. Right now, it's like you're just getting the last little bits of it dialed in. All right, kind of the deck here. What do we got? It comes out again. And there's something to celebrate here. I'm telling you. Some of you, you may finally decide to, end your hedonistic ways and you're going to, commit to somebody and you're going to be in it for life. You're ready to be with your ride or die here. And you're starting a new chapter of your life. You might be reflecting back one more time on the single days. I could see that too, just sort of doing a little life review. I just need to have a little look at that one more time. There also might be somebody that you need to kind of like wrap something up with too to move forward into this in good conscience. I see that as well. But that could be something that's changing for you too. You're really ready. You're ready to take something to the next level here. Either way, I feel like this is a big point of arrival. And in some cases, in order for you to head in the direction you want to head in, it could be coming in like this too, where you were in a marriage, a committed relationship, but now you're ready to sort of free yourself from that because you realize you have different desires, you have different ideas of what you want for your future, and now you're starting to plan moving away from that, what that looks like, getting ready to communicate your decision, and moving toward what you do feel is alignment. Either way, I feel like you're coming into alignment with another here, right? It could be extricating yourself from one situation to head off on your own toward who you want to come into alignment with. If that's the case, I don't see you coming into alignment with this other person until later in the summer, right? And for others of you, it's like needing to reflect back, one last time on the path you've been walking, on your own, and maybe even having some important communications to sort of create closure for yourself before you go all in with someone. I see that too. Yeah. I mean, you know where you want to head here with the Knight of Cups. You know where your heart's fulfillment lies. I see that. And you're getting prepared to head in that direction, or someone is preparing to head in that direction with you. All right. Yeah. Because it's like, no. I can't let this desire I have for wish fulfillment go. You're really recognizing that something would just be too much of a disappointment. And it's interesting because it comes out, the heart's right side up on this side, but inside, it doesn't feel like wish fulfillment. So there may be like a surface appearance you're keeping up right now, like, yeah, I'm really fulfilled in my current situation. You're actually not. You're actually not. it's not your true fulfillment. And maybe that's the truth, you know, and it's like, since you come to that realization, you can't ignore it. You kind of feel like you have to, I feel like you're wanting answers, like answers from the past or something. Like it feels like there's some communication you need to have before you feel certain about how you want to move forward emotionally. That's what it looks like to me. And yet it looks like the alignment is found. There is something to celebrate here. The alignment does come through. It feels like not until the summertime. This is the starting of that process, all right? And it could be something you're sorting here around a Taurus, a Leo, a Scorpio. Could be another Aquarius like you, potentially a Sagittarius, especially the Ficus. Sagittarian born November 30th to December 18th. Yeah. You're like trying to bide time here. There's something else you need to figure out. You need more details before you can move forward with something. That's what I feel. You feel like something's blocking your ability to really fully step into something. It's because of some question you have that can only be answered by looking back, like sort of where you've been, and maybe even having communication with somebody in order to sort something out. More details here, reading for Aquarius. I wanted to stick to my hand. And that's a little bent there. So what do we got? Yeah, it's about something that already came to an end, all right? It's some situation where there's been an ending here. But it's sort of like that page, see, the card's kind of like a little bent in the middle. It's that one like chapter in your life though, where it's not really over until it's over. And for you, it's not really over until you've had some kind of communication where you can get a question answered. That's what I feel. King of Spades. It is you, like really looking back at something here that you need resolution around. You can't move forward until you have this. And yet it's really interesting with your read because I feel like there's this a little bit of this element, like I'm almost seeing like a roulette wheel, you know, and it's spinning and you have no idea where that ball is going to land, because I feel like this communication that you're considering, it is the thing that is the deciding factor. It will solve what has been for you a personal riddle. And there's a little bit of this like wondering, where's that ball going to land? Because it could go either way. I see that. Like there's opportunity for alignment in both directions. Oh, I got sentience around that. There is. There's opportunity for alignment in two different directions. But before you can fully sign on for one, you got to go back to a certain chapter in your life that's been closed and reopen it. You get answers to your burning questions. That's what I got. Cut of the deck. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. Got the Joker here. A little divine play, okay? Yeah. It could even be in a situation where, you know, you felt a little played by a Queen of Hearts here. Felt like somebody played with your heart. And you need answers in relation to this. Yeah, this could have been related to some kind of like third party dynamic. This is what caused ending in your situation. And you thought that there was a strong sense of commitment there, you know? You still have questions about this. It's like you need some answers before you can move forward with this. We've got water, earth here. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You feel like you got to revisit something before you can move forward in good conscience. You might be worried too that this person just saw you as a player, that maybe they felt like you didn't really value them or something. And actually nothing could be further from the truth. You held in your real feelings and you feel like, I owe it to this person to communicate the truth of what I really feel for them. Even if they're marrying somebody else, even if, I'm marrying somebody else, I feel like this communication needs to be had. And yet there's something that is transformed here for the good. For the good. Either way, I really feel that. Because it could even be like you and that person, you both really discover where you belong. And even though it may not be with each other, it doesn't matter. Because whatever this is, I feel like potentially it frees both of you from the crossroads. You both get to find out where your true alignment lies. It looks like it works out well for two. But in order to facilitate this, it's like you have to be brave and kind of opening up what I feel was like a painful chapter in your life. Okay. Painful chapter where you have regrets because you never really communicated what you truly felt back there. It could be a game changer too. I mean, I saw a roulette wheel, so I don't know. If you end up hearing what you always hope to hear in response, you may decide to switch the game up, and take what was fated and spin it into the stuff of your destiny. This is possible. I mean, you got lover's energy here, Gemini energy there, okay? So there's a lot on the line, but I do see you taking some kind of action here because you need to get these questions answered, all right? Pisces coming in at 2/11/37. Pisces 2/11/37. You also got the same kind of vibe. That's interesting. You could be connected to an Aquarius. You could be a Leo rising. That would make you an Aquarius descendant. This might be coming up for you too. You might want to drop in on that read if you're getting to this after the premiere and you just tapped into your timestamp. Check out the Aquarius read. There's something there that could ding for you. I got sentience around that. Yeah, there's something that you can't bring it into alignment until you sort of revisit something that's already come to an end. That's what I got. Same kind of vibe came through for Aquarius. There was something you need to address before you can move forward into this new alignment that is desired here. So let's see what is coming in for Pisces over the next 72 hours, Spirit. What is coming in for Pisces over the next 72 hours? What is coming in for Pisces over the next 72 hours? You gotta check out the Aquarius read, okay? Here we go. You got the Four of Wands, okay? So this is about some alignment coming in for you and another, okay? Some kind of celebration around this, some kind of arrival point. Get some more details about this for you. Yeah, judgment, okay? This could even be like the reviving of a connection, like a connection getting a second win. This could be like a blast from out of the past, an opportunity, maybe even involving travel, okay, to move forward with someone here. It might also put you into contact with some other people too that you haven't seen in a while. Right? Sagittarian energy coming in there. This could be an invitation to something, some kind of celebration, a party, some kind of event like an opening, or maybe you're issuing an invitation. Okay, this could be something around a business venture here with the 9 of Pentacles. So yeah, it could be like some event, either that you're getting invited to or that you're inviting somebody to. And maybe you're connecting with other people there, people you haven't seen in quite a while. I think you're looking really good here with the 9 of Pentacles. I think you've grown a lot since you've seen these people, like a lot's shifted. A lot's changed in your life. If this is some kind of event that you're a part of because of what you do for your work, or you're getting something you do in terms of like your craft or your art that's being showcased here, I do feel like it's a real shining moment for you. I think that you're coming into a place of higher visibility here. You're getting recognition for your work. I also feel like this is like a big financial level up. I am picking up like glow up energy around you. So you may have been investing in your health recently. You've been sort of like updating your wardrobe, updating your appearance. You're looking really good. You're feeling really good. Money's looking good. There's a lot of things growing in your life here, okay? I also feel like if you are going to like some kind of event that you're invited to where there's a lot of, people there from your past, maybe it could be like a school reunion kind of event or something like that. I do feel like you're getting yourself prepped to like, have them eat their hearts out. That's okay. So you might want to really come in and make a bold statement, like, especially because these are people you haven't seen for a while. Some of these people could be people that you even used to like be romantically involved with. That's why you might have found out like that an old lover is going to be there. So you're like, oh, I want to make sure that I come in looking my best. Yeah, I want them to eat their heart out. Look what you passed up on. Yeah. The Page of Cups. Yep. I do feel like, this is like either you're sending out invitations to an event or you're getting invited to an event. You know that you're going to cross paths with people you haven't seen before. And there's some desire to be like, oh yeah, look what you walked away from. Eat your heart out. Could be like an ex is going to be there or something. Somebody, yeah, I do got this energy, okay? I do got this energy. Yeah, somebody really felt like they got played for a fool here. They took it real rough. It looks like it was a blow to their ego. Okay. With the Fool, we got Aries energy, Aquarian energy here, You may even be wondering, why is this person, reaching out to me, inviting me here when, that went down the way it did back there. I see death, okay? So there was some kind of ending here. With the 10 of Swords, it was pretty brutal. I think you were like, well, that's done and dusted, all right, with the World here. And from there, you just sort of started investing in yourself and sort of figuring out, okay, how do I want to move forward from here? So you might have felt like you lost a lot in this connection. So, that may be why you're like, wait a minute, now you're coming around, now you're inviting me to go wait a minute, but what about back there? You also could have been dealing with a Leo, you could have been dealing with a Taurus, certainly an Aquarius or a Scorpio in this situation. Okay. I could see that too. You could be getting an invitation from a Scorpio here and you're really like, you're suspicious about this. Because whoever this person is, they really made you feel like a fool. Like you feel like this person played you in some way. Right? And so you've been just kind of like taking your time before, moving in any direction necessarily because you wanted to make real wise choices here. And I feel like a lot of you directed your energy toward, your finances, your work, your craft. And you sort of poured all your time and energy there, perhaps to help you get to the other side of this, because it looks like whatever came to an end here, it was a real rough cycle. All right. But I think if you're going to show up, you're going to show out. That's what I feel like. You want them to eat their heart out. What do we got on the cut of the deck here? Yeah, Five of Swords too can play at that game. This person betrayed you, whoever this person is. You got Emperor energy there, man. This person betrayed you, and this is totally what this is. You want them to eat their heart. Look what you passed up on. This could even be like in a business situation. It's like, oh, you thought I wasn't worth investing in? Look at the deal I got on the table now. You know, it's sort of like it's a show up, show out moment here. Yeah, because I do feel like you're going to be moving forward really rapidly here. There's a lot of positive stuff coming in here for you with the Eight of Wands. In fact, the next 2 months, so much is going to be changing for you. A lot of new contacts made. Your network is expanding. And perhaps, you know, somebody sort of didn't value, what you were working with back there, and now they're sort of seeing you rise in status or rise in position in some way. It's getting them looking at you in a different way. That big Aries energy out here in relation to this, okay? But I do feel like that's what it is. There's some success that's coming in here for you. On the other side of it, you're closing a cycle here, and there's some big moment here for you in a path of what's opening up for you. And it could be putting you in a position of power, maybe even in an arena where others were like, oh yeah, good luck with that. Like they thought you were a fool. And there's no way you're going to pull this off. That's never going to be successful. And you're like, oh yeah, who's the fool now? That's what I feel. This is a moment where it's sort of like you're getting a spotlight put on you and you're getting to like show up and show out, you know? And it may have taken a long time to get there, okay? But I think it'll be worth it in the end. It'll be worth it in the end, all right? That's what I got, Pisces. Okay, any more details about this for Pisces? What is this coming in for Pisces? What is this coming in here for Pisces? This is coming in here for Pisces. Also, there could be somebody coming in here, Knight of Pentacles energy. They're willing to make the investment, okay? They believe in you, and they know that it may take time, but you're getting enough backing here where you got some solid source of support that you can build your future upon coming in here. So that's good. And Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn with that. All right, let's see what this is. More details, next 72 hours. King of Hearts. Well, I mean, I think they will be eating their heart out. I think you'll get your wish with that. I think that will turn out pretty well for you, Pisces. All right. It'll be like, touche. You made your point, man, okay? Now, how long are you going to hold back from me when you know you want to give in? That's what I'm just hearing. See, there's a little bit of an interesting power dynamic in this situation. Somebody's like, yeah, you know you want this. Somebody's got a little bit of an ego on them. That's what I'm picking up. Yeah. Play me for a fool. Whatever. Everyone plays the fool sometimes. You know you want this. What? You think your shit don't stink? You think you're better than me now? This is this character's energy. I feel it. They feel like you pulled a fast one on them. They're not used to that. You switched it up and reversed it on them like a game of Uno. What do we got here? No, that's the truth with the Queen of Spades. That's right. I can play hardball too. That's interesting. Look at this Ace of Spades in reverse. See, But this energy here is like, oh no, no, that's not the case. You're full of it. You know you want this. That's what this is. That's what this energy is. 10 of clubs. 10 of clubs. It's funny in a way. I mean, I feel like there's a little bit of dualistic energy. There is a little bit of back and forth. You both are kind of in this place with each other. You are. You are. You both feel burdened by something here. I see it. I see it. What does the cut of the deck have to say here? There's that King of Clubs. Okay, so fire sign energy factoring strongly here. Big Aries Leo energy is what we have out in relation to that. Aries Leo, I mean, that's definitely some headstrong energy there. That's why there's been a lot put on ice in this situation with the 4 of spades there, okay? So I feel like something changes in relation to whether or not, I see that. You get this invitation, okay? It's an opportunity, all right? It's an opportunity for you to accept the invitation, have this moment where you get to show up, show out. It could be a Gemini connected to this as well, all right? And you're at the crossroads about it because you know what it's going to open up in relation to something that you walked away from. And I do see you taking the action with the Magician here. And it very well could bring the revival in a situation. It could. Because usually this is something coming back to life when it was like on the brink of death. All of a sudden it's like, it's alive. Gemini energy there, okay? And it's through communication. So there's something about linking up here. And it's a bit of a game changer, but I do feel like you want to show up and you want to show out. But this is about to get a little interesting here. And with that Magician, it could be that somebody is also working on that level where they're trying to call the person in. They got a little come to me, a little come to me spell working. Oh, a bow down spell I just heard. Ooh, yeah, like somebody likes to be in charge in this situation. Also had air sign energy come out there. Virgo too, Gemini, strongly, Aquarius, Libra. All right. Interesting energy. Interesting energy. All right. And finally, we have Aries coming in here at 2/27/27. All right. 2 loners walk into a bar, start a lifelong friendship. just with your number, 2/27/27. Yeah, two hermits, man. 2 loners, 2 oddballs walk into a bar, form a lifelong friendship, lifelong connection. This kind of energy coming in. Yeah, judgment on that. Sagittarian energy, Virgo energy. 18, that would be the moon. Pisces. Okay. Something karmic, something fated, something meant to greet you at this particular time and space. All right, let's check this out. What is this, Aries? It's coming in here for Aries. It's coming in here for Aries. There's something about you really coming from a place of, I'm wiser now. I'm wiser for the wear. That's what I just heard. I'm wiser for the wear. Something wore you down a bit, but now you're wiser for it. I got that. Okay. You tried something on for size and now you're wiser for it. I got that. Interesting. There's some kind of alignment coming in here. It looks good. Maybe two of you are wiser than you were at one point. Maybe you confused something. Bottom of the deck. Right now, I feel like it's been a long, hard road. There's a lot that you've had to carry. I think you've felt really weighed down by it. I think you've been just moving forward, but you still have a lot of answers about where am I going exactly? Maybe that's how you end up in the bar with this other wanderer on the way and kick off something that lasts a lifetime here, the journey of a lifetime, the adventure of a lifetime, the epiphany of a lifetime here. Somebody who's also been trying to find their way forward, perhaps, not knowing where they're going. All of a sudden, oh, there you are. Wherever you go, there you are. Maybe this person's a lot like you. Queen of Cups coming in here. Somebody who's really like holding in their emotions, water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, big Pisces energy. You might want to check out the Pisces read, okay? You did factor strongly in that read. So if you're coming to this as a result of the timestamps and not during the premiere, you might want to check out that Pisces read. You did factor strongly. You might be hearing from a Pisces here. You might be wondering why this person's reaching out to you. You feel like something's a little fishy there. You feel like somebody's keeping something from you. You also feel like somebody is putting on a front, but where they're at emotionally is much different than sort of what they're revealing to you. Okay, let's check this out. Let's see what's coming in here for Aries. What's coming in here for Aries? Oh yeah, you feel guarded. With this person approaching you, your hackles are up. I see it. You're guarded. You moved away from this energy, whatever this is. It just brought a lot of trouble. It brought a lot of trouble. And you're on your guard in relation to this. It's like you're sort of like almost like waiting for this. Like you anticipate this. It's like you're the way that kind of got laid down there. You're anticipating the return of trouble. You don't want to get caught up in this again. You recognize that it just caused everything to get thrown out of balance for you. And you never could bring this thing together in the right way. There was a lot that was destabilized by this. And I do feel like you had to make a decision whether to continue to communicate with this person or not. And you chose not to. Gemini energy here as well. Either way, I feel like somebody is approaching you here. Okay, could have something to do around work, business proposition, or wanting to share some kind of success with you. Maybe, you could be connected to a Pisces. You factor very strongly in the read. There's some kind of maybe moment of success they're having here. And they might be telling you about it, reaching out to tell you about it, or inviting you to some event in association. But you think there's like a strategy there. Like you feel like something's up with the approach. That's what I got. Page of Swords. Crossing energy. 5 of Swords. You don't trust this person. I see that. You have a lack of trust around this individual. You may even already feel like this person keeps an eye on you. I got that, okay? Like they're doing intel on you. They're keeping an eye on what you're up to. Maybe through sort of like sneaky means. Or you may have heard through other people that they've been asking questions about you. This kind of thing. Right? Put the deck here, see what we got. You're like blocked. I see it. 2 of Swords, blocked. You're blocking this energy. Whoever this is, you're blocking this energy. This energy, I see you blocked it, but I feel like they're trying to find a way through your blocks. they might be trying to figure out a way to be successful and get through your blocks, because they feel like your blocks are posing a problem for them in moving forward with something they want to move forward with here. What's that? Yeah, you walked away from this. You made a decision to walk away from this. The way that like wanted to fall out of my hands. See, there's some happiness coming into view for you here. If this person's got their eyes on this, I see this. So they've caught wind of something here. That's why you're going to have your guard up when this person approaches. There's your energy. King of Clubs. That's your energy right there. Okay. Interesting. So let's see what's coming in here. What does Aries need to know? It's going to be introducing itself in the next 72 hours in your spirit. What's going to be introducing itself in Aries life over the next 72 hours? What is coming in with Aries over the next 72 hours? Yeah, something's coming in for you. Okay, I do feel that. There's some kind of fulfillment that's coming in for you. There is. Because you cut something off. You arrived at some truth, okay? You cut something off. You cut off options. You cut off interfering elements. Things that were getting in between you and your personal fulfillment. And as a result, something is coming in here for you. Finally, you know, something is coming in here for you. And this person's watching it. Okay, that's why they're going to approach you. But yet they feel like you're in their way to achieving some objective here. About that. Okay, any more details about this for Aries? Again, you could be dealing with a Gemini. You could be dealing with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. All right. Strong Pisces. The details here. The details here. Could be a Gemini coming in trying to negotiate on behalf of a Pisces. Let's see that too. Like them sending somebody in to suss things out, sending somebody in to talk to you to get details to bring back to them since you got them blocked. I can see that too. Somebody's working an angle here with something. I don't know what it is. Four of Spades. I mean, whatever this is, like, you've let this rest. I see that. Yeah. You consider this done, dusted. You already came to a certain truth here. That's it. That's what I see. That's what I see. Cut the deck. Four of Hearts to the Six of Spades. You found this situation to be less than it was promised to be. It didn't live up to what you thought it would be. You found it a disappointment. You moved away from that. Yeah. You really cut this off. You were very firm about the cutoff game with this, with the Queen of Spades, right? As far as you were concerned, this is something that was connected to the South Node energy. You transformed that. I feel like you did a lot of transformation in this situation when you were up in the North Node and you had Libra down in the South Node there, okay? This was definitely like some kind of relationship matter here. And you cutting this off, it's what's bringing you fulfillment, okay? Because you're arriving at some kind of truth here. So air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here, right? Something's done. Something's done, but there's somebody approaching you here, somebody that you blocked, somebody you cut off, you know, communication with. And they're trying to find an end because they see that you're coming into alignment with some kind of happiness here. And they want to try to sabotage them. That's what I see. So be on the lookout for that. Looks like you got it under control though, because you seem like you're pretty much at rest about it. Good for you. Stay on that track. You're heading in the right direction. All right, y'all. Have a good night or day, whatever time you're arriving at this.